Welcome back, friends, to Build a Lot Acres. In today's episode, we're going to see how well the Ariens Ikon XD 52 does on wet grass. So stay tuned.
One small town New England family living out their adventures, one day at a time, sharing for the whole world to see. This is Build a Lot Acres. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video.
So before we get into today's video, I'd like to take a quick moment to please ask anyone watching to consider subscribing, and please like the videos, and please check out our other videos in our library. We have a lot of cool content. We're trying to get our subscriber count up so that we can provide you, the viewer, with more quality content in the future. So please like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. So here we are in mid-October, and as a lot of you know, grass can stay wet throughout a lot of the day with the dew. So obviously I don't recommend mowing your grass when it's wet, but sometimes you don't have a choice, whether it be due to weather, time constraints, etc. But it's a good mowing test for any mower to see how it does with wet grass. Let's test out this bagging system to the fullest. So we got two sections of the lawn done, probably totaling over 1/4 of an acre total. We got the other side of that well house there, and then we got this whole section here up to about where the tractor is there. So let's go check out the bagger and the tube and see if we have our clippings or if they're just getting caught. Oh wow, it's actually doing a pretty good job. And this stuff is pretty damp. Like I said, it's not super wet because it hasn't rained in a couple of days, but the dew in the morning really keeps things wet. And if you look down the tube, it looks pretty clear. So I'm not going to bother taking that off. You can see it sticking a little bit to the sidewalls, but not too bad at all considering how wet it is. So let's do this back section of the lawn, which is obviously the biggest. And the grass typically grows the longest here and the thickest. So this is going to be the toughest test yet. Let's see how it does. All right, friends. So I'm off to the side here, emptying the baggers. I'll show you that area a little later on in the video. But here you're going to see me come back into the screen. And we're going to tackle this section of lawn. Now, the grass is about 5 inches long. It's hard to tell in the video, but I'm mowing to 2.5 inches in height. So I'm taking off about half of the length. I try not to let the grass get too long. This has been 2 weeks between mowings, but it takes longer for the grass to grow in the fall than in the summer. Here you see me off to another section of the lawn on the side, and there's quite a bit of leaves in this section, as you just saw. This bagger does not only a great job on the grass clippings, but also on the leaves too, so I'm really excited to use this come fall. I also have a backpack blower, but between the two of them, I don't think there's going to be any issue getting the leaves off my lawn. So now we're going to tackle the rest of the back here. You can see it's a good sized section of lawn. There's probably, like I say, probably close to an acre in the back lawn, maybe a hair less, but between the back lawn and all the other lawns, there's at least an acre and a quarter of grass. All right, so we got a huge section done. We got all the way done over from the chicken coop all the way over to where that fence is. So probably 3/4 of the backyard. So let's see how we did this time. Oh yeah, got some feathers. We got some full bags. That is one thing I've noticed about this Ariens. I don't know if they're all like this, but the right bag where the tube is fills up quicker than the other bag, which I guess it makes sense. That's the first one to receive the stuff from the tube. But let's look down the tube. So obviously this little bit of stuff here is, but you can see how wet this is. Stuff's really pretty damp, but the tube, it looks pretty good still. So if this was going to get clogged, I think it would have been in this back section of lawn here, because that's where it gets the tallest and the thickest grass. But as you can see, it didn't get clogged. We got grass, leaves, I think there's sticks in there, mushrooms, acorns, all kinds of stuff. Chicken feathers. But I'm really impressed so far, so let's keep going, finish up the lawn, and we'll wrap this up. Stay tuned. here I am finishing up the last section of lawn. If you look to the lower left of the screen, you'll see that's what can happen if you turn too sharp with the zero turn, especially in wet grass. It can really mess up the lawn and leave skid marks. So you want to be careful on your turns. You want to try to take them gently and maybe even do like a 3-point turn. That would help a lot with wet grass. Looks like I got a stalker. As you can see behind me, the whole lawn's done. I think the Ariens Ikon XD 52 does a great job for a residential mower. Yeah, it's not going to do as well as a high-end commercial mower, but it's also a quarter or less of the price. I paid, as I said in my other video, I think $46.75 was the cash price out the door. So obviously, you know, a commercial mower might be 20 grand, 25 grand. I know people that spend a lot of money, but they're also doing commercial grade lawn care. They're doing, you know, 50 lawns, 100 lawns. I'm doing my lawn. I don't need high-end mowers. So for what I do, the Ariens works great. The bagger really works well for leaves and wet grass, as you saw in today's video. The one thing I really noticed that it doesn't pick up on great is acorns, but a lot of mowers aren't going to pick up on acorns. They're just hard to pick up. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video on whether or not the Ariens Ikon XD 52 will handle wet leaves and grass. And we'll see you in the next one.